We are exactly halfway through, it turns out. Oh, that was a bit of luck. That was unintentional. I meant to finish about halfway last time. I have a horrible feeling, though, that's halfway in terms of number of puzzles solved, in which case we've got the hard 50% to go today. Well, let's crack on then. We've done all these puzzles. They started out simply enough. I'm hoping I can just take a quick look at one of them. Basically, you have to fill in the black squares with colours based on its surroundings. So this needs to have, surrounding it, two reds and a yellow. This is surrounding it, this is surrounding it, those are two reds, so you need to put a yellow here. This needs two reds and a yellow surrounding it. Well, if that one's yellow, then these two must be red, and so on and so forth. I will just go back to the main menu. Unfortunately, however... Oh, okay, so we're dealing with meta puzzles. Unfortunately, however, we have got to the point where we've started mixing colours. So not only are there the three primary colours of red, yellow and blue, there's also purple, green and whatever the other one is. I can't remember right now. Who cares? Orange? Orange. And those count for both a blue component, a red component. See, got the wrong colour. A red component and a yellow component is orange. Okay, we know around here that there's three yellows and two reds. This needs to have two reds next to it. Now, to me, this is touching three other things. Okay. But if this and this were red, then we'd have three reds. And there's only two reds around this outside. So it is talking about these two being red. So this is red, this is red. And that means, because we know there's three yellows around the outside, the others are yellow. So that actually wasn't needed. Okay, we've unlocked one puzzle. Okay. So this has got two blues and a red around it. This has got two yellows and a blue. Okay. Okay. And this has got two reds and a yellow. So we know that at least one of these must be blue from this count. We don't know what this one is, but at least one of these will be blue. From this, we know at least one of these will be yellow. And from this, we know at least one of these will be red, which means there must be one red, one yellow, one blue in amongst this. Now, this must be either red or yellow, but it can't be... So this must be red, because there are only three things surrounding it, and we are given the three colours. So this must be a one-to-one relationship. And so if this was yellow, there would be nowhere to fit then two blues and a red. So that was the wrong number. That one doesn't count. So this one is yellow, is what I'm saying. Right. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm restarting this level. Restart. Muppet. I'm saying it can't be yellow. I'm saying it must be red. This one must be blue. Yes, I know. I know. And then I decided to ignore my own advice. And then this one must be yellow. Okay. So we know now that there are two reds that touch this. So at least one of these is a red. At least one of these is a yellow. And at least one of these is a blue. So again, we've got a red, a yellow, and a blue in and amongst this, which must mean, actually, that the other one is out here, right? So this one must be red, this one must be blue, and this one must be yellow. Can I perform the same thing with these squares? Yes, I can now. I know that this is red and yellow, so therefore we still need a red. This one is red. We still need a blue. This one is blue, and this one still needs a yellow. This one is yellow. Okay, we don't quite know what's going on down here, but we do know everything about this, don't we? So we've got two yellows and a red. Now, if this is yellow or red, that pushes the blue to here, which shoves the two reds here, okay. This was blue. Okay, this needs two blues. So either this is blue or this is blue. But if this is blue, then there are three things, and this one is blue. we still need to put these 3 in only these 2 things, so it can't be that. So this one is blue, which pushes the yellow to here and pushes the red to here, which now means we know that these are both yellow, these are both red, and these are both blue. The white, yes, I should probably explain that. If there's a white circle, it means the thing in the middle of it, because how else do you sort of represent that? Okay, now this is funky. Funky. We have all these circles here, so we know a count of all the things that we need to put in the grid. We need to put 1 red into the grid, 3 yellows, and 5 blues. Given that we've only got 1 red that we need to put in, it's either got to be this one or this one because it touches this thing. There's a red that's either here or here, but there's a red that touches this, so it must be this or this. It can't be that one because it's this one. So we've got the red zigzagging all the way through. Now it's just putting all the blues and yellows in. This needs a blue touching it, so this must be blue. This needs a yellow touching it, so this must be yellow. This needs a blue touching it, so this must be blue. This needs a yellow touching it, this is yellow. This needs a yellow touching it, so this is yellow. And then we're only left with 3 blues left to put in the grid. So the one thing that this has that's better than Temetsi, which I played a few years ago, is the more variety in shapes. You have to use quite a bit of logic to sort of... See, look, random stuff going on. Now, we've got red, orange, and yellow. If a square is orange, it counts as both red and yellow because orange is red plus yellow. We've got 2 pure reds, 4 pure yellows, and 2 oranges. 3, well, it's touching these 3 things so that we know there's 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 orange. The colours are treated to be fine so far, but that's only because I've been doing them for 5 or 10 minutes. When I have the full breakdown, you will see it. Okay, so we've got 1 of each in here and 1 of each in here. This is common to both sets of 3. Which means of the other 2, we will get 2 used up. So if this was yellow, then this would be red and orange, and this would be red and orange, and that's all the red and oranges used up. But we would still need either a red or an orange here to satisfy this. In fact, we know we need both a yellow and a red here, so that this can't be yellow. So we know that 2 of the yellows are... There's one in here and 1 in here. Yes, absolutely, Caroline. If it's red, then we know we've got 1 of the oranges here and 1 of the oranges here, but we also need an orange here. Is that right? Because we need a red and an orange here. So that would break orange. And if this was orange... So this has to be orange, I think I've now worked out, because if it is red... hang on. Yes, I've forgotten how the colours work, haven't I? I've forgotten it all. Orange counts as both yellow and red. So if this is orange, this could be counting as that red square or that yellow square. By square, I do mean circle. But if it was a pure colour, red, then we would have to still shove an orange in here. And then we've got an orange in here. And this would also, one of these 2 would need to be orange. This cannot be a pure colour. This must be orange. We've got 1 orange next to it. We know now that this must be red as well from this clue. So we've got a red and a yellow here. So we've got no more reds. Hang on, that can't be right. Ah, no. Okay. This red is referring to this clue, because we need, if we need a red and a yellow here, well, we still need a red or a yellow. That could refer to any of them. It could refer to any of them. The logic was sound, Quintus, he says, bluffing, knowing full well that the bluff is not. It's not being. The bluff is being called. This orange represents any of those three because it has a red component and a yellow component, and it is orange. Oh yeah, so this could have been orange because that red could have gone there. Anyway, right. So this needs to have an orange around it. So we know that this one is not orange, essentially. This one is not orange. So it is either red or yellow. Okay. This hurts my head. There's one more orange in this entire field. And it's touching this, so it's either here, here, or here. If it's here, that's still all satisfied, because that could be the red component and the orange component, and then this one be yellow. That's fine. Okay. The other way to look at it is everything is yellow everywhere except for one red. Of the 6 shapes left to put in, only one of them doesn't have yellow. I feel like that should be important. Sort of need my snipping tool. It's too early for the snipping tool. Arch, good work, good work. It's probably one fewer place than I have. I know, I know. So what is the only one that doesn't have yellow? See, I want this orange to be this, but I think I'm right in thinking because this has got both red and yellow components, this could satisfy either the red or the yellow. So this could satisfy any one of them. But one of them needs to be red only. Now, yes, please, Sean. Please do, because I think you're also just as confused as I am. This red could talk about that. That yellow could talk about that. That orange could talk about that. Let's say the orange is referring to this orange. Then I'm left with a red and a yellow. And then all I'm left with is 3 yellows and an orange. And that would work, irritatingly. Can both these be yellow? No. That's a great question. This could refer to any of them. Oh, yes, it could. Because it could be this yellow and this orange. And then this red refers to that, because there's a red component in that orange. So yellow and yellow. So yes, it could. No, it can't. Orange must be orange. Ah, of course, I'm a Muppet. Okay. Okay. Does it? No, does it? I thought orange meant... Oh, goodness, this is because I haven't played it for a week and I've just forgotten everything. So I need a rule clarification. This orange, I thought that could satisfy any of these because it's got a red component, a yellow component, and both. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm understanding the rule fine, but there's just a reason why they both can't be yellow. So let's say this refers to this orange, then of course I would need a red and a yellow. If this refers to this yellow, I would need... if this refers to the yellow, I'd need a red and an orange. And both of those have got red in. So it would be red and orange. Okay, so are we saying that that can't be right? Right, okay. So therefore, we've got a red and a yellow here. So orange must be orange. Well, that's referring to that then. So we've got a red and a yellow here. But we also need a red and a yellow here. Red can be red or orange. That red could be... Yes, okay, I'm getting it the wrong way around in my head. I am not very good at this game tonight. So this needs an orange either here or here. Okay. So because we're saying that one of these is an orange, and that is the only other orange, we are saying red and yellow are here and here. Therefore, there is no red in and amongst this. We've used a red and a yellow and an orange. So in fact, they're both yellow. That's what we're saying. So this needs an orange. One of the. Of course, I hadn't spotted these. Okay, yeah, okay. But we've got. We have an orange, one orange, a minimum of one orange. It's just telling us a minimum of things. It's not telling us the opposite. It's not telling us there is only one orange, although there is only one orange. But it tells us that these are not orange. This is a red-yellow pair. I know that's a red-yellow pair. So therefore I should be able to work out this one, shouldn't I? So, yeah, I'm not doing very well here. Okay. That's a red and a yellow. So we've got one orange and the rest are all yellow. So this one is yellow, isn't it? That's what we've just worked out, because the orange must go in here because it needs to satisfy one of these three, because two of these need red and yellow is not red. This is orange. Finally, okay, so one of these two is the... Hang on, what three shapes are you... Oh, this one, and this one. You are not touching that. You cannot be the orange because you are not touching that. So you are orange. You are red. You are yellow. And now the others are yellow. Sorry that took forever. bodes well. Okay. 3 red, 1 yellow, 3 blue, 2 green, 2 purple. 2 reds, these must have a red component, so they are any of those colours. There's no oranges, but so it's either red or purple here and here. And the same here and here. So that's 4 of these 5 accounted for in terms of red and purple. Now out of these 3, we've got yellow, yellow, blue. So this must have either a yellow component to make it orange as well. There's no orange, so it must have a blue component, therefore this is purple. Therefore these 2 have a yellow component, and I think from the same logic, this cannot be red and yellow, this must be red and blue. That's purple as well. This needs a yellow next to it. Oh, now, do we know that... Can this be yellow plus yellow equals yellow? I think... I can't remember. I think it could. So, this yellow can't go here, because this is giving a red up here, and red and yellow is orange. So this yellow must go here or here. So we've put a blue up here. So we know there's a yellow component in both of these. We've put the yellow... We've put the blue... No, hang on. Yeah, so those are both yellow. But we put a blue component down here. Oh yeah, purples are done. Yes, thank you, I spotted that. So a blue or a yellow is going to go here. So if there's a red component, there's no oranges and no purples, so therefore this must be red. And this must be red. Oh, green, that's lovely colourblind clash there. Okay. So green must be green, and it's either here or here. Green has both a blue and a yellow component, so that will satisfy this. We've already shoved this up here, so it needs to have a yellow component. So it could be yellow or green, this one. Good evening, Catnip. This also needs a green. Okay, well, there's 2 greens. So one is here and one is here. What that means is that this can't be green because we've allocated our 2 greens. So therefore this one is either pure yellow or pure blue. It can't be pure blue because this blue has gone up here. So this is pure yellow. Excuse me. And we need to add a red to something. So that's red, and it has to be exactly red. So one of these 4 is red. And it has to be one of these 2, doesn't it? Because this is giving out colours to each of the others. So it's either this one or this one that is pure red. So the other 3 are blue. So this shoves a blue over here, because that's put a yellow up there, a blue down there, so this is blue. This has put a blue up there, so this is yellow. No! That was wrong. I have done a thing. What did I do wrong? That's put a blue up there. Because that's blue and red. So it's yellow. Okay. Well, in that case, I know that that's adding... No. That could be green. In fact, I know it's green, but I don't know that it's green yet. So, yeah. So, blues now can't go... this can't be blue because it's there's no yellow component in blue. And no! I didn't mean to do that click. So we know that this one isn't blue. And wine click, according to Cracking the Cryptic. These 2 are only going to get done... Oh no, because of these. This has to be green from that. So we know we've got one green here. We need a red. There's a red in here. We know it's not there. So therefore there's a blue. Where's the blue going to go? One of these is green. One of these is red. And therefore everything else is blue. Yellow. Where's that red going? If it goes here, let's put the red here, then that shoves the green here. But if the red goes here, this needs to add a yellow, and then we get orange. That can't work. So the red, which I had worked out, is in one of those two. So this has got a minimum of a yellow component, so it can't be blue, therefore it must be green. Okay, so we now know that's green. That's next to a blue. This must be red, and so therefore this one is blue as well. I was wrong! Excellent! Right. Restart. First time that's happened. Whoopsie! So red and red, but there are 2 purples and 3 reds. So how did I start with this? This is red plus yellow cannot work. It must be red plus blue. So this is a purple. And this is a purple. Therefore... nothing to see here. Therefore, we need a yellow in one of these. What did that disambiguate? And then it was reds, was it? Oh yes, then here and here were reds, yep. And then we got some greens. So we've used this blue up here, so a yellow needs to come across into here, so therefore that can be green, can't be red, can be yellow. There's a yellow down here, and yellow and blue go to green. Oh, that can. Yeah, but I'm going for logic, on this one as well. So there's a green either here or here, and there's a green either here or here. So we know this middle one can't be green. So it was either all yellow or all blue. It is not all blue, therefore it was yellow. One of these has a red. I forget which. Yellow either comes down here or into here. If it comes down. So we know there's a yellow. We know there's yellow in this. So it can't be blue, therefore, and it can't be red, therefore it must be green. And that gives us a blue here. That shoves a red. No, it doesn't. Does it? No. Doesn't shove a red anywhere. Hang on. One of these is a red, and I worked out it can't go here for reason. Yes, there's no purple, so there's a red here. So now I've got 2 blues and a green. This is a blue. That's a yellow, so there's a blue component in here. There needs to be a yellow component in here. So therefore this one is green. And this one. And the remaining ones are blue. There we go. Hey Scoots, how are you? Long time no see. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. Trick questions. It's Pinnock. No, Pinnock is my favourite colour. How dare you? Okay, so that is all of those done. Let's tackle the stuff in the middle. Okay, we've got one of each. We've got one of everything to fit in. Now, there are 3 yellows that need to touch. You Pinnocked. Good. Well saved. 3 need to touch this yellow. So that's this one, and this one, and this one. So those are from those three, because those are the three with yellow components. 2 have got blue, so that's this one and this one. So there's only one thing out of these that needs to have blue and yellow. I'm glad you're well. Good. So what? So it can't be this one. Doesn't touch the inner one. Can't be that one. So this one must be green. Like a little... No! Restart. No, that's not the button I meant to press. So blue... No, this is... Oh, it's strobing in my eyes already. Okay, at least we know both of these need to have red. And this one also needs to have yellow, because it touches this and this. So therefore, this one must be orange. Let's try and start with something more satisfyingly easy. This one is either purple or red. Okay, there's no blue in orange, so therefore these have the blues. 2 of those 3, irritatingly. But this one needs to have both blue and red, because it touches both, so therefore that one is purple. Okay. So we know that this one is either green or blue. Okay. Which ones aren't yellow? Because the yellows... So the yellows are these 3. We've placed the purple, so it's blue and red. Blue and red that don't touch this one. So these 2 are blue and red. That's, I think, what I'm saying. Because from touching this one, it's these 3. So that's the orange. This one are green. Green and yellow are here and here. Is that right? Is that right? Green and yellow are here and here. So therefore this one is blue, because this one needs to be blue. And that touches a blue. So out of the green and the yellow, there's no yellow in blue. This one is green, this one is yellow, and this one is red. Ah! Most annoying heart I've dealt with in some time. Okay, interesting. Oh no, how many puzzles have we got? Oh, what? Just when I'm starting to get the hang of the game, what is going on here? Oh yeah, I haven't selected a colour. Okay. Muppetry. So does that mean this one has this component rather than is surrounded by? Yellow component. Okay, this one is that component. So if this one is yellow... Ah, interesting. Whoops. It has that component and nothing touching it does. So if this one is... I went for red. No. Okay. It is not. It is... None of the things around it have that colour. So this one does not have red. This one does not have yellow. Therefore it is blue. And I know there's a red and a yellow here, so this one is blue. That fixes the red, and that fixes the yellow. Okay. Neither of these are red, so one of these is a red. In fact, both of these are red, because... Oh, no, this one could be red. Hang on. Blue. None of these 4 around the outside are blue. We need to put a blue somewhere. Let's put it here. So neither of these are yellow, so therefore this one now must be red. Neither, and therefore that red implies that's a red, so therefore both of these are yellow. Okay, just when I thought I was getting hang of the game. Okay, Ayo! We need to put in 3 reds, 4 yellows, and 4 blues. None of these have got a red in. None of these 4 have red or yellow. Therefore, those are all blues. Really hoping for an extra clue there. Indeed. Cotus. Well, now we know that these aren't red, they must be yellow. And we know that these aren't red, they must be yellow. And therefore everything else is red. More on that difficulty level, please. Ooh, cubes! Or more parallelograms, anyway. Neither of these is... Okay, so these aren't blue, but there is a blue in here, here, or here. So one of these is blue. Oh, this hurts my head so much. Okay. Right, well, we can do some maths here. We know we've got one of each in these 3, a red, a yellow, and a blue. And we know we've got 2 reds and a yellow here. So that accounts for the 3 reds, 2 of the yellows, and 1 of the blues. 3 reds, 2 of the yellows, and 1 of the blues. So therefore, out of these 3, out of these 3, we've got 1 red and 2 yellows. The red can't go here because this one only has yellow and blue. No, ignore that. I said the wrong colour. Because all 3 reds... Yeah, I said the wrong colour. But applying it here, does that work? Applying it here should work instead. Because I've used the 3 reds, 1, 2 yellows and 1 blue. So I've got 1 blue and 2 yellows. One of them has to touch this. This one is yellow. So therefore, we now know where 2 reds are. Okay. There are 2 blues. They are not here. They're not here or here from this or here. So therefore, they must be here and here. We need 1 more red to touch this, and that'll be the only red. So we need a yellow here. Was really hoping for... In fact, I could have just done it from here, couldn't I? No, you know that's not blue. Oh, hang on. This needs 2 yellows. So these are both yellow. And the last red is here. Interesting. Good evening, Foxy. Diamondes. We know that this one is touching yellow and neither of these have red in. So we've got a yellow and either another yellow or a blue in here. We know we've got a yellow here. Okay, so we've got 1 yellow here and 1 yellow here. We've also got a red and a blue. We know that the red is here. So we've got a red-yellow pair here. And we've got a yellow-blue pair here. So that's those 4. So the other 5 are blue. So I think I can immediately colour those in blue. And it turns out I can. Good evening, Faddy. Now, what did I say? I said there was a yellow-red pair here and a yellow-blue pair here. The only blue that is left must touch this. It's in the top row. This is blue. So we now know that this is yellow. But the only red left is on this bottom row. So it must touch that. And there's your yellow. Very Jester Motley, that one. They're getting more complicated. 3 red, 3 yellow, 4 blue. This red touches an awful lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a vision light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, didn't see that these were different. There are only these 4 that it aren't touching. So 3 of those 4 are red, and equally 3 of these 4 are yellow. But what it does mean is that anything touching both, i.e. these 2 in the middle, cannot be red or yellow. They are blue. Counting. We know, so this is requiring, there are 5 things touching it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these is red. because there's only one red. So therefore this one must be red. And equally, one of these is, at most one of these is yellow. So therefore this, is that right? Hang on. Did I get that entirely wrong? I think I got that entirely wrong. Let me do that again in my head. We need to put there is a minimum of one yellow, minimum of one. I think I got that entirely wrong. This needs a yellow. It could go here. Can't go there. Could go there. Needs two reds. Needs two reds. That one can't be red. Yeah, I think I'd done that. And basically I'm expecting this to be yellow, but I can't now think of it in my head. Effrontery, hi! Oh, the callbacks to Lingo. Love Lingo. I'd like an entirely new game of Lingo to be made with entirely new rules, and I would absolutely play it. Only one yellow touches top right, so this is yellow. This one now must be red. This one now must be yellow because this means no touching of yellows either side of it. So we now know that this one's yellow and this one's red. Okay. There's one of these is red. And this one needs another red. So it's this one. One of these is... so we're off. It's a yellow-blue pair here. So this one is blue. This one cannot be the yellow, so that one is blue. And there we are with the yellow. Yellow! Halfway around the sun. Ooh, okay. I'm enjoying the variety in shapes very much, even if it hurts my head. 5 red, 5 blue, 3 yellow. I'm absolutely not looking forward to when we add the other 3 colours in. Angry robot, yes indeed. We've got a yellow-blue pair here, because this touches yellow, which is one of those two, this touches blue. Now, we know that this one can't be yellow from this, so this one is yellow. Brilliant. Let's start again. This touches one of these. Oh, there's there's 3 different ones. Okay, this can't be yellow. Yeah, no, that was all entirely wrong. Excellent. We know that that's not blue, but we know that one of those is blue, which accounts for that. There's blue, and yeah, I hadn't seen that one in the middle. Okay, lots of things going on. Where are reds going? Okay. So we've got 3 shapes here, and we know that one is red, one is yellow, and one is blue by combining these 3 clues. And we know that that one's not the red one, that one's not the yellow one, that one's not the blue one. Blue in the middle would really muck everything up. If there was a yellow in the middle. Ah, okay. I can't make this a blue-yellow pair, because then this would make that a red, and it can't be a red because it's next to that. So we know that one of these 2 refers to this one in the centre. And one of these is a red. If this was a blue, then we don't get a lot of information. If this was a yellow, then... okay. Then all 3 of these would need a blue. And the only way to do that would be to colour at least 2 of these blue, because yes, I could colour that one, and that would touch 2, but to touch the other one, that wouldn't work. So what we're saying is this middle one must be blue. Well, at least we know we've got a red, a yellow, and a blue around the middle. Okay, but we now know that this needs a yellow, and it also needs to touch this. So therefore, this is your yellow. Ah! That cannot be red, so this is your red. No! And this is the blue. Okay. Okay. These can't be blue. We need one blue in these three. These can't be blue, so therefore your blue is here. So we've got a red and yellow here. And that's going to come down to horrible counting. Okay. Right. Okay. No yellows. There are two yellows. And they both touch this. So none of these three are yellow. For blue, we're already touching one. One, two, we're already touching two blues, so we need another two. Okay, so all the remaining blues will touch this, and three reds. So if the remaining blues, we know that, so the remaining blues must touch this. So therefore, no. This can't be yellow, can it? Because there are 7 things touching this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are there only 6, 7? Okay. There are 7 shapes that touch this. So anything that touches this must be either red or blue. This is touching it, can't be yellow, and we know there's a red, yellow, blue triple here. It is therefore red, he says, holding his breath. Good, we know that we've got a yellow here. Phew. Now, we need to add 2 more blues, but none of them touches this. So this is not blue. So therefore it is these 2? Is that right? 1, 2. That's a red. That's a red. Yeah, that's going to be red, and these 2 are going to be blue, I think. Okay. Phew. And red. We know the other yellow must touch this, so it's either one of these. So let's just put the remaining yellow goes there, so this is red. No! It's touching 2 yellows. It's already touching 2 yellows. So therefore anything else touching this is either blue or red. Must be red. Counting. Count. It's seeing all the edges. Quite a tricky one, that, in my opinion. Uh-oh, it's not going to get any easier. Okay, 6 red, 4 yellow, 5 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's touching 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also touching 4 things. Also touching 4 things. And they're all separate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So we can we can actually work out what these 3 must consist of. These are the only 3 that we haven't got any information about. Correct, Jake. Good evening. A circle with an X to it means that none of its neighbours have a red component in. 1, 2, 3, 4 reds accounted for. 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows accounted for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 blues accounted for. So we know we've got 2 yellows and 1 red in these. Sorry, two reds and 1 blue in these 3. 2 reds, 1 blue. This can't be blue from that. So therefore this is red. This can't be red, so this is blue. Therefore this one is red. We have begun. This needs a yellow next to it. So it's not that one, so it's got to be this one. Okay, we need 2 reds next to it, so it's going to be this one and this one. No, it can't be that one and that one. It's got to be this one and this one. Because this can't be red from that. And this needs 2 reds, so red, red. And it needs a yellow as well. This one must be yellow. Red and yellow taken account, and yellow, so therefore this is now blue. Needs a red next to it. This one is red. Probably arch. I don't think so. I think I had perfect logic, but we shall see. That's got a red next to it. So I need a yellow, a blue, and a blue. The yellow cannot go here, but it can go here or here. Blue. Therefore, this is blue. Okay, so none of these are yellow. Therefore, and this needs a yellow next to it. So that's a yellow, that's a blue. Needs a yellow next to it. This is yellow. The blue does not go there. The blue goes here. And we have a red. Perfecto. Last one of the sun level. Oh my... Nah. Okay. Okay. We have 6 blue symbols here, but we've only got 4 blues to put in the grid, so some of them are doing double duty. Can one of them be doing triple duty? No, they can only ever be doing double duty. Therefore, 2 of them need to do double duty. So one of these is a blue, one of these is a blue. And then one of these is a blue. Yeah, okay. I did, sure. None of these have red around. So this is either blue or yellow. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. And none of these are red. So where are we putting the reds? Because this accounts for this, 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 and this. This accounts for this. This accounts for everything except for these 2. So the reds must go in these 2 squares. I'm going to call them squares. Have at it. So it's just blues and yellows now. Uh-oh. I don't know where to begin with the blues and yellows. Right. We know, because this is touching 1, 2, 3 other shapes. So we know we've got at most 1 yellow here. And we know, because this is touching 3 other shapes, we've got at most 1 yellow here. So that is where our 2... is that right? Because we need to place 5 yellows. Can I do the trick again? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I know where 4 blues and 2 yellows are going. So the 4 blues are all here, in here. Therefore, this and this are 2 yellows. So if these were both blue, then these would both need to be yellow from this middle. Oh, hang on, are we saying that this is also yellow in the middle? Because I have... Yeah, I'm saying that this is yellow in the middle because of counting. Because we've got 4 blues and 2 yellows accounted for. We need a 3rd yellow. That goes there. Right. We need to have a blue and a yellow from here. Therefore, this is blue. Because if we had 2 blues... then this would force 2 yellows here, and that doesn't work. So this is blue, and again, this is blue. And then that forces a blue here, and this forces a blue here. Therefore, these are yellow. Nice. And the centre, of course, I'd forgotten that that would be 1. Uh-oh. At least we're just dealing with primary colours. This will not last long. 4 reds, 4 yellows, 3 blues. This needs 1 of everything. 1, 2, 3. This one's not red. And it's not yellow either. Touches both that and that, therefore it is blue. Needs 2 reds. This one is not a red from that. We know we've got one more blue touching this one. So it's either, not this one, in fact. So either this or this is blue. And that's one of our two blues accounted for. I was going to say that the other one was accounted for with this, but it's not. The other blue is either the other one of this or anything over here. Fine. We know that this isn't yellow and that's not yellow. Oh, hang on. If this isn't yellow and we need a yellow either here or here, we can put a yellow here and a red, therefore here. Good! Okay. So we've got one of the blues taken into account. So we need one more blue, two yellows, and a red. Red doesn't go here. We need two reds here, don't we? And the only way to do that... Oh, no, it could be there. So the red is either here or here. The red is not here or here. So these are yellow or blue. This one cannot be blue. Therefore, it is yellow. Okay. I'm assuming that was the... Oh, yeah, no, I had not spotted that. We need that or that. So this one's a red. So we've got the red, one yellow, one blue. So we've got a yellow-blue pair here. But essentially we know this is not red. So either this or this. Two of those are red. So we need to put a blue either... Okay, where does the blue go? The blue... Well, we know the blue is either there or there, don't we? The blue is either there or there. We worked that out earlier. So everything else is yellow or red. This is not yellow, therefore it is red. So hoping for more. And that gives us the two reds. So therefore we need two yellows and a blue. This can't be blue, therefore it's yellow. So we've got a yellow-blue pair here. Ah! I didn't click that. We don't know that's yellow. I've got a yellow-blue pair here. Now, what was the logic? Oh, we also need a yellow-blue pair here. Okay, so this must either be blue, yellow, blue, or yellow, blue, yellow. And there's only one yellow, so the yellow must go in the middle. Both of these are blue. And then this one's red, because we know that one's... I worked out the logic, got lucky with a misclick. Good evening. For those of you watching in black and white. Yes. I went to see the snooker yesterday, David. By yesterday, I mean Monday. It was good fun. Enjoyed it. It was very calming. And at different points in the proceedings, both people either side of me fell asleep. That's how exciting it was. At some point, the person on my right fell asleep, and then a little bit later on, the person on my left fell asleep. Brilliant. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, so it is a region of that colour. So this needs to be a region of 3 of the same colour, a region of 4 of the same colour. We're just not told what. So we've got a 3 here, so that must be 3 blue, because we haven't got 3 yellow, and 2 yellow, and... Okay. Okay, so what is that telling us? Right. That's telling us we're going to put a red here, and then blues here, because it needs to be a region of 2. And then the others go here, because that's the only way you can form a region of 2 here, because we have got that extra red. Luckily, he was starting to lean my way, the sleeper number 1, but luckily his friend nudged him. Four reds, 3 blues. Now, so it's immediately got complicated, hasn't it? So we've got a region of 3 and a region of 3. Those must be different colours. So what touches this? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. 5 touch it. And this one in the middle touches both. So we know one of these is red. So let's say it was this one. Then I need 2 more. Hang on. If that one is red, then that shoves that one to blue. If this one is red, it shoves that one to blue. Yeah, we know that they're different colours. Okay. But if this one was red, that is, I can put 2 things next to it that I need to put 2 things next to it that are also red. How do I get 2 sets of 3 that don't touch each other? That's the question. So this one has to be part of one of them. So this one, and one of... So this one, this, and then this one, this one. No, because how do they... How do I get 2 sets of 3? Where is the one on its own? Because we've got 4 reds. So where does that one go on its own? So this... okay. We've got 3 blues and they're all here. This is the only way it works. They can't be separate 3 regions. There's too much touching. Too much touching! Okay. I thought that was the only place where they touch, but of course I could do here and here, or here and here, and they will all become one. Okay, but the same. It's the essential point. I see. And okay, fine. I'm happy with that then, Katus. Marginally happy. This one does need a red though, so that has to be red. This one needs a red. And that has to be on its own. So therefore, there we go with that. Yeah, if that clue needed to come a little bit earlier, didn't it? What am I needing? No! There we go. Just had the wrong colour selected. At that point, with the information we had, it was a valid solution. A later clue disambiguated it, but that clue needed to come slightly earlier. Okay, we need a region of 1 red, a region of 1 yellow, or a region of 1... of something. We've got the region of 1 yellow. So these 3, we've got 1 of everything. None of which go with this. So the yellows are constrained to be 1 in this set of 3 and 1 in here. So we know neither of these is a yellow. We've got 1 blue taken care of, 2 reds taken care of. So therefore, what did the white dot mean then earlier? Oh, this on its own. Yes, sorry, yes, no, you're quite right. It means that this on its own is a region of 1. So if I make this red, then these must all be yellow and blue. But it can't be red. Sorry, can it be red? If I make this blue, then yeah. But if I make it yellow, then it can't be surrounded by... Well, it's already got 1 yellow. But then it can't be surrounded by any more. If I make it red, I can't surround it with more red. If I make it yellow, it's immediately not a 1 region. So I can't make it red and I can't make it yellow. I must make it blue. That's what's going on. So now so we've got 1 yellow region. We need 1 red on its own, somewhere around here. We've got a yellow and a red also here. So we've got a yellow-red pair here. Got a yellow, red, and one more red. So these are only yellow and red, aren't they? Only yellow and red. So we've got no blues. So only blues around the outside, and they can't go here or here because this touches one blue. We need to fit 2 more blues in. Both these are blue. Okay. 2 reds and a yellow. 2 yellows and a red. That means this one's yellow because the only thing that we add up twice is this one. And we get 3 yellow circles, 3 red circles, but we only have 2 yellows here. This is a yellow. Therefore, both of these are red. Did I? Oh, this. Did I? We've got a yellow-red pair. This one needs to be a yellow for this, doesn't it? Yes, it's not getting any yellows. And then for this one, there we go. Ooh, choo-choo! Choo-choo. This is in a set of 2. This is in a set of 2. They may or may not be the same set of 2. This is on its own, and this is on its own. 4 red, 4 yellow, 3 blue. Now, it's got 4 circles in, but it's not touching 4 regions, is it? It's implying that this is a yellow and this is a red, or vice versa, and it's implying this is a yellow and this is a blue, or vice versa. Now, let's say that I put the yellow here and the red here. So I put the yellow on the outside. Then I could put the other yellow here, that's fine. But then I have to put a blue here, and that stops this from working, because that's not a region of 2. So if this was a yellow, that shoves that to be a red. That can work, but only if I put that as a yellow, but then that stops this working. So what we're saying is this is not a yellow, this is a red. And we're saying that the yellow goes here. And the only way to make this a 2, because this is either a blue or a yellow, has to be a yellow. It counts for these. Now I can see why, Hollow, the colour blindness starts to really... The circles do start to get quite tricky, don't they? That's a blue. Okay, it's a set of 3. We know it's not connecting with this. So that's this. No. I hadn't seen that one in the middle. Okay, so let's ignore that. Okay, so we know that this isn't blue. Ignoring that. One of these needs to be yellow. It can't be this one, in fact, because then this... Yeah, no, that could go over here. No, it couldn't go over here because that blocks off this red. So no, we do know that one is a blue, but we do not know whether it's this one or this one that is the blue next. Equally, red can't go here. It can go here, but this is, it leads to a minimum of 1 more red here. Darn, I was hoping for another clue. Now this needs to touch a yellow. This one is yellow. Hoping for a clue. Ah, okay. The blue now can't go this way, so the blue must go this way. Blue is channeled. We are going to get 1 more red with this. Not there, goes here. The other red must go here, and then this one is a yellow. Choo-choo! Okay. Island. We know, therefore, that that's a red, I think, because there's 2 blues and a red, and that go all round here. If this was a... Oh, no, it could be red, blue, red, couldn't it? So this is either red, blue... Sorry, blue, red, blue, because then that's an island. Blue, red, blue, or red, blue, blue. Either way, this is a blue. We have 2 blues around here. Interesting. We've only got 2 reds to fit in. We know where one of them is. If this is colour A, this is colour B, this pushes the other colour to be C here, because otherwise it would be the same as this or this, and it wouldn't be a set of 1. So we know where all the reds are. There's one in this triple. This is a triple. And there's one here or here. So therefore everything else is yellow and blue. I do not know how this helps me yet, but so these are yellow and blue, that's yellow or blue, that's yellow or blue, that's yellow or blue. The white dot means one thing on its own. So if that is yellow or blue, this is yellow and blue, and this is basically turning into the 4-colour map problem, this one. We know this is yellow and blue. 4 blues. So we're going to use one up here, one up here. That's 2 of them. Need more clues, don't I? Ah, no, I can count it from here. So there's 2 around here, a 3rd blue around here. Oh, no. No, I thought I'd spotted something, but we only know that we got red and blue here. But if this was red, then that is blue, then that is yellow. Because we need to have 2 blues here. If this is, so that is if that is red. If this is blue, then that is red. Then that is, no, it could be either. Where's the step? This is a tricky one. If I make this yellow, no, let's make this blue. Then that can be red or blue, but that could be yellow or red. Don't look at that cell. If this is red, this shoves blue and blue to here. That makes that yellow. If this is blue, good evening. I hope you look after yourself. Awesome. This could all be the same to get an island here. They just have to not be this one. So it can't have, so if this is yellow, none of these could then be yellow because it would be pushing it into a region of more than one. Oh, it will have to touch a minimum of a blue. A minimum of blue from this. So we know this isn't blue. But it could be red. Why can it not be yellow? Oh, red is either here or it's here. No, it can't be yellow, can it? Can't be yellow because it's either red or blue. It can't be blue, so therefore it is red. Right, fine. Muppetry, muppetry. Therefore this is blue. That's a region of 3. And we know that that'll be here or here from this extra one. That'll join it up. So therefore this is not blue. And it is also not red. It is yellow. And the same with this. The same No, this could be red. No, it can't be red. We know it's in here. This is also yellow. Ah, it's a region of 5 yellows. Now, we know that there's 1 in here. So it's 2 out of those 3, if it is that one. That is touching 2 blues. Okay. So one of these has to be blue. Okay. Yes, it does, Coolio. It's the one thing it lacks. We know that one of these is blue, and we need a 5 region in yellow. And the only way to fit in the 5 region of yellow is, if this is blue, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one of those 2 for 5. It's forcing this one to be yellow because there is a triple here of one of each colour. This one is yellow. And then this one is blue because it can't be red. And yes, it couldn't be the dot as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 1 blue here. We know that this is yellow here because we've got a region of 5 yellows and that's going to encompass these last 2. So there can't be a yellow on its own and it would touch it anyway. There's many reasons why this is yellow. We don't know whether the other one is here or here yet. We do know that this is blue though, this one here, because it needs 2 blues next to this hexagon. So this can't be yellow or blue, so it is red. This can't be yellow or red, it is blue, and therefore this one is yellow. Nice! That's a fun little puzzle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 dots. We've got a region of 1, a region of 2, a region of 3, a region of 2, and a region of 5. The region of 5 must be blue. And then it's just a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2. So the 2 will go here and here and here and here. This will go here, here, and either here or here. I assume we'll get a clue for later. And then there's that. But what it does mean is that... So we'll start with the blues. We know this one's blue. One of those is a blue. But these 3 are all blues. Good, there's our disambiguator. This is next to a red. So therefore, if this is red, that is that. Therefore, we now know that this must be red. That is next to a yellow, which I think we would have known No, we wouldn't have done. That gives us our 3 snake. There's your 1, and there's your other one. There we go, Coolio. For everyone that I speed through, we'll get one like this. Okay. 3 red, 3 yellow, 3 blue. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's the same. 2, but it is the same for those. So we know that we've got whatever that is. Those are the same 2 in total. So we'll get 1, 2 for 2 of them. Okay. So I think we've worked out this must be yellow, because if not, no, we haven't. No, we haven't. This is a group of 3. That is a group of 3. This is a group of 3. Could they all be different? We could get one group of 3 and one encompassing 2 and one encompassing that. I think yes, quite easily. This is where it unlocks down here. Okay. Because we've got 2 reds and a blue. We know it's here that unlocks it. Got a yellow up here. We have a yellow up here. I think this is going to be yellow. Prove me wrong later, but it feels like this is yellow. Yeah. One of these two, minimum, is red. Which pushes this off being red. We know this is yellow or blue. So if this was red and this was blue, that would shove that to being red. And the only other... interesting. Okay. If this was red and this was blue, this would have to be red. So we've got red, red. We need a third red. It can't go here because this needs to be a triple of colours. And it can't go here. So therefore it would push this down to be red. Unfortunately, that's possible. But that's how that could work. But then, whichever one it has curled round to say this is a red and this is a red, this could be a colour and this could be colour, but then that can't be the same colour. It doesn't work. This cannot be a red and a blue. These are both red. Good. And then therefore this one is a blue. And thus we do know that this must touch at least one of the other 3 dot regions. If this was a blue down here, then the other one would be here. Okay. So because we know it touches a minimum of one of these, we know that, say, it goes this way, doesn't matter which way, that's a red and a blue counterfall. This is yellow! Told you it was yellow. I just knew it was yellow. I couldn't have told you why, though. But there we go. So because we now know we've got a yellow here, there is a minimum of... yeah, we got... These are both blue, aren't they? Because we've got a red and a yellow, so that's blue. We've got a red and a yellow, so that is blue. That's the blues dealt with. So there's your group of 3. We need some reds. But there's only... This needs a red and this needs a red. There's only one way to do it in one dot, and it's that. There we go. Told you it was yellow. Told you, even if I didn't know why. Hexamagons are the bestamagons. 3, 3, 4. Red, yellow, blue. And we are given everything, aren't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, ignore that. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, there's one thing missing. Okay, at least we do know that this is blue here. We know that we've got a yellow here. Yeah, I'm on your side there, Hollow. No, we don't. If this was a 2, then this could be the 4. Oh, hang on. Okay. We know that this yellow's quite forcing from this 4. Maybe not. Could go there, 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 there. No, there, 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 there. Yeah, and then you get a 2, and then you get a 3, and then we got... I don't know where you go next with this one. Blues are all accounted for. Okay. It's putting this into a region of 2. I have there's going to be a clue halfway through, isn't there, Catus? And that will disambiguate it probably. So there needs to be, away from this set of 2, if this was red, say, then the other red needs to not touch it. So the other one needs to go over here. If it goes here, then that forces this to be the 3. Or, yes, it does. If it goes here, it forces that to be the 3. Goes here, it forces that to be the 3. If it goes here, things are not forced, but don't think it works. either way, it's got to go here, hasn't it? And here, I think, but I'm less certain about that. We got a yellow and a red. I'm assuming that is useful. Yes, it is, actually, because it means that out of these, there's only one more blue. So we've got our third blue here, so we need two more blues. So if this is yes, it can't. So I think that's telling us. So we've got at most one more at most in here. We have at most one here. Yeah, it could go up to the top. If it does that, if it does that, it can't do that path because then we're left with a 3 here because these 3 would all be the same, so therefore these 3 would all have to be the same. So we know it isn't that. Could do that, that's not a problem. Could do that. Okay, so what we're saying, I think, is it has to go here. Can it go down here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it can go along there. No, it can't. Yes, it can't because of this red-yellow pair. It's telling us this is a blue. Okay, so we've got that on its own. That means that's a yellow. And that it's touching another yellow. So if it's touching that, then we need a third. If it's touching that, then it can't go. If it goes up here, if this is a yellow, then this is also a yellow. And that pushes a blue here. We know these are red, don't we? Red, red. Can that be a yellow on its own and this be yellow? Yes, it can. Those can be red. Hang on, we need a yellow and a red here, don't we? Okay. These have to be the same. So, you know where the third yellow has to be? Do I? No, when one of them goes here. If this was red, then it'd be red, 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 and then it'd be yellow, yellow. And then you could have a red up there, and that would work. That was red. If this was yellow, no, because then both of those would be red if that yellow was on its own. Okay, so we know that this is a yellow, and the yellow needs to touch here. Then we need 2 reds. This needs to be a group of 4, and then we have a red left over. Five reds. Oh, hello. 4 yellows. Just the 2 blues. This is a region on its... it's not a... No. These all can't be the same region, because if that goes into there and that... I mean, 2 of them could be in the same region, because that would be a group of 3. But not all 3. Okay, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. Oh, no. Ignore that. We've got a red there or there. This touches 3 things. Oh, dear. Okay. We know where 3 of the reds are. We know where 2 of the yellows are. Okay. So we know that this is either red or yellow. We know that this is either red or yellow. If they were both... Ah, okay. And whichever one, if this is red, then the yellow goes here. Then that shoves region of 1, 2. It must shove in 1 regardless. Because you go 1, 2, 3. Because it can't go here. And the same from this one. So this is a region. Those 3 are all the same. That's what that's told us. So therefore, if this is a region, this isn't, so it's here, here, here. Those are all red, I think. That's what it's told us. And this must be, because there aren't, we know that this is red and this is red, that these are yellow instead. 2 blues left and a yellow. What have I not spotted? Oh, neither of the yellows can go here. These are both blue. So the yellow goes here. Yay! Nice. We're getting through. We're getting through the levels. We've done that. We've done that. 2 to go. Before I move on to the next set of levels, what have I got coming up for you tomorrow? 2 cryptic crosswords will be done, and then I'll be back on Tuesday with Puzzle Boat 9. Be continuing with that, and that is my only stream next week. And in fact, it's my only stream that week and the week after. There's nothing the week after. I'm very busy, I'm away, and then Eurovision gets in the way of things. Blame Europe. That's what I'm saying. So yes, just 1 stream next week, and then nothing the week after. Exactly. Okay. Is black just another colour now? They don't all... in all previous things, they had to all be coloured. Now we can leave some blank. So black is a 5th colour. Blank. That needs to be red. Therefore, that one is blank. This one needs to be yellow, and then these 2 are blue. So we're dealing with blanks. You cannot choose the black. No, a little bit annoying. One of those is blue. We've got 1 yellow, and it needs to touch both this and this. This needs a blue. This needs a red, and then everything else is black. 2 reds, which needs to touch both this and this. So it's got to be this one and this one that are red. One of them is yellow. It is not this one. I clicked the wrong colour with my finger. Okay, so we're dealing with blanks. Yeah, indeed, catnip. Yeah. But at least we're told how many blanks there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 of them are black or blank. I don't know whether to call them black or blanks. I'll call them blanks, I think. They must be different. It cannot just be this one, which would suffice both of these. Then a second one would touch one of them. So we know that this one is a colour. And in fact, it's the only colour common to both of these. We know it's yellow. And then one of these is also yellow. One of these is red. One of these. We know the yellow is either here or here. We know the red is either here or here, and it must touch here as well. So that's your red. So blue either here or here. It must touch there. So we've got this one is blank, and this one is blank. So therefore, we've got a yellow-blue pair out of these. This one is the yellow because it needs to touch that. Therefore, this one is blue. I'm sure there was a reason, Coolio. Couldn't tell you now. Okay. One red, 2 yellow, 1 blue. Blue is either here or here along with the blank. So either this is yellow and this is yellow, and then this is blank. Or this is yellow and this is blank and this is blank. then one of these is blue and one of these is blank. All in all, no red has come into this, so let's deal with that. I was hoping that that would give us a clue, you know. Yellow. Ah, there is going to be a blank here, isn't there? So if there is a yellow, if there's a yellow in the centre and there's a blank here and a blank here, we're still needing an extra blank here or here, which we don't have. So we know that this middle one is not, we know that these two aren't blank on the outside, these are yellow. And now this is going to give us where the blue is, which is here, and then these two are blank. Yes, indeed, I am absolutely dreading everything coming together. I might just quit. Just rage quit in about an hour. 5 red, 5 yellow, 2 blue. Only the 2 blue. Okay, 1 must be here or here from this one, because that's touching here, here and here. But this one and this one also need 1. It gives this as a blue. No, it doesn't. Let's start again. It gives this or this as a blue. Darn. Okay. But we do know that the blue is 2 of 3 of those. We know, hang on. So it's 2 or 3 of those, but we know this one is. So either this or this is blue, and then either this or this is blue. This one, oh, it needs a blank. No, don't know. Could go here or here. Okay. Needs a blank, a yellow, and a red. So that limits this one to being yellow or red, doesn't it? Because this one needs to be yellow or red from here. But so therefore this one isn't blue. Therefore the blue is here. Nah. Okay, blank, yellow or red, that's also yellow or red. Blank, yellow or red, and that's also yellow and red. That actually forces the blue up here. Okay, those aren't circles, those are squashed. So we need 1 more blue. Ah, and it needs to touch both of these as well. We've only got 1 blue left. It goes here. And then these 2 are red. And now these 2 are yellow. I can do that level of clue. I'm now just second guessing myself. We need a blank. One of these are blank and one of these is red. So that's blank and red accounted for. Therefore, we need a yellow down here. We need a blank and yellow here. We still need a red, so therefore this is red. Did I... Why was it with the 2 yellows of those? The red goes up. It works with this one, but not that side. Anyway, well done me. Excellent. Ignore that yellow square in the bottom left. We know that that is red. We know that we got that there. So we got a blank yellow pair here. We know that we need a blank. It could go here. We don't know that that's there. One of those is blank. We need one of these to be a blank. We know that that is blue. So these can't be blank. This one here is blank. From this. So we've got one of the first blanks. This is a red. One more red. So we've got yellow and blank. So this is either yellow or blank, but it can't be blank, so therefore this is yellow. This one's a blank. So we've got blank number 1, blank number 2. There's 2 more somewhere. We know there's a red here. We know that that one is blank as number 3 as well, don't we? So 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 blanks. Oh no. It's red, sorry. So where did it went so? Yellow. We know that one. Is it here? So I'm trying to work out how we would have worked out what that is. Well, now we've got at least 2 red things. We know this one must be blank. So now we know that's blank red. We know this is yellow. So now we know that that for certain is yellow. I now need to just place the other yellow. So it's not here. It's not here. And it's not here. So it's either here or here. It's not here either. From that one, it's here. Yay! Three red, 1 yellow, 2 blue, 2 black. Okay, so the yellow is one of these 3. If this is a red, that forces yellow and blue here, but we still need a red and a black for here, and that doesn't work. If this is red, the only other things this touches, this and this, that's yellow, blue. This needs a red and a blank. There's not enough space, so this is a red. 2 blanks, okay. Okay, and that's all the blanks. So it's the 2 blanks are out of those. So we know that that one is a blank. One of these is either yellow or blue, and this one is either yellow or blue. In fact, the blank this must be a blank here, mustn't it? So this is yellow or blue. This is yellow, blue. This one is red. And that's now touching a blue. And this one is a yellow. And I still need a yellow and a blue here. I need a red and a blue. We know that one's blank. And that one's blank. Oh, so it's here and here. Oh, I did a bad thing here, didn't I? Never mind. Red goes here. Yellow, blue goes here. Confusing. It's the difference between black and a thing on its own colour. It's very confusing. Anyway, got through it. 50-50 that went right. 2 red, 1 yellow, 4 blue. Now this touches that and that. This touches that and that. So neither. Yes, well they. Okay, so we know the yellow is either here or here. From here, it must go here. This is yellow. So blank and red in some order. Therefore, there's only one other red left to put in, and it must touch both of these as well. It goes here. So yeah, that does satisfy that as well. So therefore, these 4 are all blue. Is that right? Yeah, because there's a red blank. There's a red blank pair here. No. Let me just. No, we don't know what these are. Of course we don't. We do know this one and this one. Good. There's our clue. This one has to be a red, therefore. 2 blanks. There we go. So now that forces that to be a blank, that to be a blank, and that to be a blank. These 2 need to be your blues. We are working our way around the sun. Ooh, 3 red, 3 yellow. why have we been given this clue? Because that's just relating to that. 3 red and 3 yellow. So we know that this and this are blank. So that's relating to that. That just relates to that. We've got 3 red, 3 yellow. So therefore this is blank and this is blank. Therefore this is red and this is yellow. That needs to be a red. That needs to be a yellow. Therefore that's a red. And that's a yellow. Okay, that was very straightforward. I could do that one. More straightforwardness, please. 2 red, 3 yellow, 2 blue. Okay. I think this has to be red because it has to touch this and this. So that is a red. Equally, we need one more red down here that touches this, this, and this. I think it has to be this. Those are the reds dealt with. We've got one blue either here or here. Hang on. Those are blank then, aren't they? Because this is only touching those 4 things. So we know that this one and this one are blank. So therefore this pushes a yellow to here. And we need a yellow. This one's blank. Is that right? Did I know? Yeah. So therefore that's a yellow. We need a blue. It's got to go here. No. We need a blue and a yellow. That's not touching that, is it? Because this is a colour, this is a colour, and this is a colour. So we've got 3 things. So this is either yellow or blue. This is either yellow or blue. Therefore, we know that this is blue. So how do I disambiguate these 2? Because that's a yellow. This needs a red. No, that's there. This needs a yellow. That's it. There we are. There's your yellow, and there's your blue. Yeah, I got there. Okay, only 6 coloured squares in this one, and all triangles. Okay. This is blank and this is blank. This is blank and this is blank. So that's 4 of them. That gives that, that gives that. One of them is here and one of them is here. Yeah, those are your 6. Here and here. Here and here. That gives that and that gives that. Those are your 6. So therefore, now I'm just trying to remember all of that. So as we know that this needs 2 blues, so therefore this and this. Therefore, this one is a blank. This also needs a blue, so that and that. Now we don't know that yet. So let's go down here. That's blank, so this one is red. So that one is blank, so this one is yellow. No. That one is blank, that one is blank. Oh, that is blank, so it's that and that. That one is blank, so it's that and that. So we don't know about these 2. Then we've got 5 and 6. Okay, so this one is coloured, this one is coloured, this one is coloured. Those are your 3. Okay, so therefore this is yellow. And now we need a yellow and a blue. This is next to a blue. And that is that sun done. Which one was that? Was that one? Okay, I have a feeling this is the last one now, and this is going to combine absolutely everything, isn't it? Hold on to your... Oh, no. Here we go. Hold on, everyone. Okay. None of these are red. Whew. We need 2 reds, though. So if none of these are red, that could be red. There might only be 1 red. Yeah, that's fine. There are 2 yellows. Okay. Right. There's 2 blanks in these 3. There's 2 yellows in these 3. So I should be able to work that out. Also, this needs a red. This isn't, so either this is a red. Okay, so if there's 2 from 3, let's say that and that are yellow, then that's blank and that's blank, and that works. If it's this and this that are yellow, okay, it can't be that, because then this is a 2 region on its own. If this was a yellow and this was a yellow, then we haven't got a second yellow to put next to it. So it's either this, or that. If these are both yellow, then this has to be red, and the other red would either have to be here or here, neither of which touches that. So this can't be red, this must be yellow. And it therefore, well, yeah, no, it does give us that. This is blank, so we know that these 3 are the final 3 colours. One of these needs to be a red. One of these needs to be a blue. That is not a thing, so therefore that is a blue. That is not a thing. So where are the reds? He's lost it. He's lost it, folks. Breathe. Was that it? Hooray! I was expecting a whole suite of levels there. You've completed all the puzzles in RYB. For us, puzzles are a joy to make and a joy to share. That is a lovely little game for such a simple rule set. I'm not a huge fan of colour puzzles, but I like that game. It's not my favourite game, but I like it. It is good. It is good, and that is a good, solid B-grade game. I've played far worse games on this stream. That is good.